A look back to a classic French Open final between Steffi Graf and Arantxa Sanchez-Vicario. In a seesaw match, the players battled through an 18-game third set. Graf's fifth title came only after winning 10-8 in the final set. And back live here in New York City.
Boy, Sanchez-Vicario and Graf have played some memorable finals in Grand Slams the last couple of years. Wimbledon final a year and a half ago was outstanding. Graf won that one 7-5 in the third. Played a 30-point 11th game.
That was incredible.
It was. Now again, I just see some shaky signs on this forehand, and of course it's a tough decision to go to the forehand side, but you have to be aware in a match when a side maybe is starting to break down a little bit and go to it a little more.
And that's what Hingis just can't afford, even though that was a good serve and had some stick on it, 90 miles per hour. But Hingis has got to make Graf play, because Graf can maybe make some errors, which he has done here in the second set a little bit. Got 5 unforced errors in this second set.
Wow, and that first serve missed by the whole width of the doubles alley.
That's not easy to do. Using the court is Hingis. Wow.
She can draw those angles so well, Hingis, because she's not afraid to move in and take the ball very early. And the closer you are to the net, the easier the angles are to play. Look how far out of court Steffi is. Makes this forehand winner easier.
Well, that's a tough one for Hingis, because so many times Graf on big points on the ad side likes to go out wide. That one she nailed perfectly down the center. Some terrific serving on big points. It's pretty even there.
And a break point for Hingis.
And it's 3 times in a row that she's been able to win the points on the deuce side, and she's trying to look for her first one on this ad side. But Graf needs to help her out by not hitting one of those huge first serves.
5th break opportunity here for Hingis. She's got herself 2 breaks. She's been able to break Graf twice.
Shriek there.
The Graf slice backhand, as we see Melanie, Hingis's mom, gives Hingis more trouble than the forehand sometimes, because it stays so low. It's tough for Hingis to dig it out.
Graf has one of the best slices in the game. She not only keeps the ball very, very low with the slice, but she can really knife it. It's got a lot of speed on it.
Excellent point. And Hingis with yet another break opportunity.
Long point. Hingis is a little bit winded. She desperately needs this one here.
I'd love to see parents on this tour, you know. They're always so relaxed.
A parent and a coach in that instance. And so Hingis is able to come through with the break, evening at 3-all here in the second set. Saturday night, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific on ABC Sports. Our primetime matchup, college football. Lou Holtz's final regular season game as Notre Dame's head football coach, the Fighting Irish, and USC. That's a classic. That's Saturday night right here on ABC Sports. Bob Davie officially named Holtz's replacement at Notre Dame. Again, going for it early in the game.
Well, Hingis would love to try and take a lead in this second set, trying to serve for 4-3. And again, it's the forehand that misses from Graf. The last few games, we've seen a lot of those errors from the forehand side. Put a little pressure on Graf having to serve at 3-4.
Just missed that one. Hingis has such a wide variety to choose from. That one, she tried to take the angle cross court. But against Miola yesterday, we were watching that match, and a couple times she was on the run like that. And on a two-hander, she'd throw up the topspin lob for a winner.
Two break points for Steffi Graf.
We have seen that play often from Steffi Graf today. The drop shot, the finesse slice backhand. Graf right now is showing more variety off the backhand side than the forehand.
Graf 2 points away, a point away from the 4-3 lead. And a double fault, and a frustrated Martina Hingis as she is broken yet again and is down 3-4. Steffi Graf serving to go up 5-3. Live from New York, it's the Chase Championships. Another excellent crowd on hand here at Madison Square Garden for the only best-of-5 final in women's tennis. Steffi Graf and Martina Hingis, just 16 years old. She trails 6-3, 3-4 in the second.
Well, the match has seen 8 service breaks. Have been 2 in a row, and now Hingis at love 30 is 2 points away from making it 3 breaks in a row and 6 total for this second set.
.96 miles an hour, that serve.
That's a well-played point from Graf, set up by the big, deep forehand. Allows her to put the volley away with comfort. She loves to move to her left so she can play that inside-out forehand. That's her favorite shot. Good volleying technique. Her numbers have changed, though, in the second set. She's got 10 unforced errors to only 4 winners.
was a big chance.
Well, it's the old swinging volley that we see a lot of times now. You saw Graf 2 points ago hit the more traditional forehand volley, but the topspin volley from Hingis forces the issue, gives her 2 break points.
And Hingis does come through with the break. It's 4-all now in the second set. When do you start thinking about this being a best of 5?
Well, I don't know. I believe they're still just playing 1 point at a time, but I do think Graf is giving Hingis a window. She's made a lot of unforced errors, and Hingis needs to take advantage of that right here at 4-all, down a set. She needs to hold serve.
As Martina Navratilova used to say, stay in the now.
That's right. I mean,
just 1 point.
For Hingis, obviously, this is uncharted territory. She's never played a 3 out of 5. Graf's done it many times.
Graf's won this 4 times, this event. And of course, it's Hingis's first ever trip to the championships.
Nice and deep by Graf. 15-all.
Good aggressive play. Steffi Graf only made 7 unforced errors in the first set. She's got 12 already in the second set.
Pretty good second serve from Hingis right on the line. Even though Graf had enough time to hit a forehand, it was aggressive enough. She couldn't take charge. And on that first serve, she took a lot of pace off. She only hit it 72 miles an hour, and that's another good tactic against Graf. Don't always go for your first serve on big points. Get it in.
Hingis a point away from taking the lead in the second set. And she does. She takes a 5-4 lead. When we come back, Steffi Graf will serve to stay in this second set. More of the Corel WTA Tour Championships in a moment. Back here, and it's Martina Hingis with a 5-4 lead in the second set. She has been playing extremely well this fall, and we asked her about her growing confidence.
I got much more confidence, especially in my game, and since Wimbledon, when I won my doubles title, I know I can win the whole tournament, and I took it over to the singles, and then I just practiced a lot before the US Open, and it happened there that I won round after round. I beat great players there, and I went to the semis, and it was a very good feeling to be there, and after that I won my first tournament, so I just got much more confidence, and mentally especially.
Now I heard what inspired her to win that first tournament in Filderstadt, the Porsche. You know, a 16-year-old wants that Porsche.
Well, that great depth gives Hingis now just 2 points from this second set, but I also love the fact that she refers to winning that Wimbledon doubles title and the confidence that she gained from winning the title with Helena Suková. Incidentally, they are splitting up.
Oh, just misses that. A lot of doubles teams are splitting up this year.
It's typical of the end of the year, but this year probably more so than other years. Hingis is going to concentrate a little bit more on her singles next year, and it's going in right now without a regular partner.
I think the doubles was very, very good for her, though, in many instances. I think it added a whole social element to it. She became very good friends with her partner last year, Eva Maioli. It's also improved her game. I mean, she's really learned and been able to practice serving and volleying. She and Sirkova have got a couple of doubles titles.
Little inexperience the last 2 points coming from Hingis. She was love 30 on the Graf serve. Needed to put pressure on Graf by getting a lot of balls back, but didn't.
Oh. And Graf blows the overhead. And so it's a set point.
It was one of those quick overheads. It wasn't that high. She was going for the offensive winner, Hingis was, and Graf didn't have enough time to time it.
Martina's mom, very pensive at this moment.
She's seen a few tight points, and she'll see a lot more. And a frequent smile comes across again the face of Martina Hingis. Not yet one on her mom's face. This was just an incredible get, number one, and then to defend right here.
We were speaking about the doubles just a couple of seconds ago, and this is an example of how the doubles can help you. Reflex volleys.
She is not intimidated at the net at all. She opens up the third set. 1 set all. Just misses. 1 set all. Remember, this is a best of 5.
Been talking about that absolutely lethal backhand of hers, that two-hander down the line where she changes direction of the ball. She started in this match, early in this match, doing it, hitting winners off of it. It's incredible how well she hits that ball. It's a very high-risk shot.
High risk because it's over the high part of the net.
Great placement by Graf.
Net cord helped Steffi Graf there, gave her plenty of time to set up and hit the topspin backhand pass. Surprise, surprise, server in a little bit of trouble.
No. In this match?
How many breaks have there been?
10.
You'll set each other up very well.
To me, it's not that surprising there are that many breaks. Hingis is one of the best returners in the game. She is facing Graf, one of the better servers, but that kind of negates it. And Hingis does not have a big serve for a weapon, although that was a pretty good one.
And she saves 1 break point.
Her serve actually has improved a lot. She's never worked on her serve because she was still in the developmental stages and just didn't want to overwork anything, didn't want to give herself any injuries. But as she's gotten stronger, her serve has improved.
2 weeks ago when she beat Sella 6-2, 6-love, her serve was quite a factor in that match. She had a lot of service winners.
That's a gutsy play.
When you fight off a break point with a slice backhand drop shot that's perfectly disguised, you could see her take back was the same as her two-handed shot. At this last minute, she released her left hand. It's perfect. We've seen some good drop shots from Graf, but that one was the best one yet.
Ball girl left something on the ground. Oh!
How to be embarrassed at Madison Square Garden as a ball girl.
Another break point for Graf.
That slice that Graf hits, that inside-out slice, because the ball hits and moves away, and not only stays very low, but after it bounces, it goes off another few inches. It makes you have to cover more court.
And Graf is able to open the third set with the break to take a 1-love lead in the third, but it was Martina Hingis winning the second set in dramatic fashion. Back here live at Madison Square Garden, Steffi Graf up a break in the third set and up 15-love. Another error off the forehand.
Well, the server's just struggling. There's only been 3 holds of serve in the last 11 games. Wow.
Seven breaks of serve in that second set.
Miss hit. 30-15 Graf. Taking a look at what happened in the second set, and what really stands out is the fact that Martina Hingis, 11 winners to only 4 for Graf.
Yeah, things really turned around for Steffi Graf. She had 16 winners in the first set, only 4 in the second set, and the unforced errors were pretty close with the 2.
And converting on 4 of 5 breakpoint opportunities against Graf. That is clutch.
And so Graf is able to hold to go up 2-love here in the third set. Tonight on ABC, an hour of America's Funniest Home Videos, followed by the most outrageous hour of the week. Drew Carey and Mimi guest on Lois and Clark, and this one you won't believe. Also, Wings' Crystal Bernard stars in the world premiere of Dying to Be Perfect, the Ellen Hart Pena story, all tonight here on ABC. Hingis opens her service game with the forehand winner, Robin Roberts, along with Betsy Nagelson and Pam Shriver here at Madison Square Garden. Chase Championships final, the season-ending championships, best of 5. Hey, thanks for putting our names up. Don't get much face time to do this.
Wow. Serve.
Whoa.
On a second serve. That's an eye-opener. You know, you gotta like the fact she tries different things.
Starting to connect is Graf on the forehand side. Just so much power off that side. Tremendous hip rotation.
Well, real trouble for Hingis now. She's already down the break, and Graf looking to take charge of this third set. A couple of points for a 3-love lead.
No. And a double fault. The second for Hingis. And she's down love 3 in the third set. Oh, we're going to have some fun looking back to the 1988 final between Gabriela Sabatini and, I love the hair, Pam. Nice hair. In the final, after beating Chris Severn in the quarters and Steffi Graf, but you didn't beat Gabriela Sabatini in the final. Still a valiant effort.
Yeah, and there's one that's still playing a little bit on the tour. The other one's retired.
But, you know, you did snap Graf's 46-match win streak. 88 was a Golden Slam year for her.
That was the most fun singles match in my career here at the Garden, that semifinal. Loved it.
And Chrissy in the quarters, not too shabby.
Graf only lost to 2 people that whole year, you and Sabatini.
How much are you getting paid for all this?
I still haven't recovered.
Just long.
Graf's had a lot of years where she's only lost a couple of matches. In 95, that's you mentioned earlier, she only lost to Kutzer and de Swart. And this year, she's just had 4 losses.
1 to Martina Hingis.
1 to Dante, who just retired this week in Fed Cup. That was 12-10 in the final set.
Wow, 53-4.
Graf held a match point in that match against Kamiko Date. Semifinals of the Fed Cup.
She also lost to Lindsay Davenport in the semis of LA, and the Novotna loss after losing the first set in Philadelphia.
She's won 6 tournaments this year, Graf. She's entered 10, and Pam, as you mentioned at the beginning of the show, she couldn't finish 2 of them.
Again, coming to net. Oh, just missing is Hingis.
Missed it, but a great play. I mean, it shows the variety of the plays in Martina Hingis's repertoire, that she would attack the serve, come in behind it, just missed the backhand volley. Now, this is in a 3 out of 5 set match. I'm not sure Hingis should really try to battle to get back in this set. Just get her rhythm back, figure that this third set is probably gone, and get herself ready for the fourth. Also, shorten up the points. I mean, that's a good tactic there as well. What you don't want to be doing is spending the next 20 minutes to a half hour trying to get into the fourth, maybe get back to 5-3, lose it anyway.
And concedes that point. Excellent lob by Graf. Another quick point. 30-15, Hingis. Great touch there by Steffi Graf. That's her 8th winner, twice as many as she had in the second set.
Hingis only with 4. Of course, she hasn't won a game in this third set.
Oh, that's so good.
Well, Graf yelled, and then she realized Hingis actually made a play on that. She said yes with her 4 turn. She thought it was an outright winner, and she got a little embarrassed. See, we stay on Steffi here. She starts to say yes, and then, oops. Now she realizes the little one nearly got it.
The Swiss miss.
It's unbelievable, though, how Graf can create such incredible pace. She has one of the strongest, quickest wrists, because the ball gets, you know, a little bit behind Graf on that forehand side, and she can still bust winners. Timing is unbelievable.
Relaxed point there.
You would not teach kids to hit the forehand as late as Steffi Graf hits it. However, you wouldn't mind the result.
That being said, so the break point's 1. Ooh, serving volley. And she's broken for a third time in the fourth set. And Steffi Graf will serve for the third set when we come back here to New York City. Stay with us. A look back to the emotional night Martina Navratilova ended her tennis career. After losing her last career match to Gabriela Sabatini, Madison Square Garden raised Martina's banner to the rafters in a farewell ceremony extravaganza. And back live here at Madison Square Garden, the banner of Martina Navratilova, who won 167 singles titles, and earlier this year, Steffi Graf reached 100. Only one of 3 players in the open era to do that.
And I bet Chris Everett was the other one.
Very good. You advance to the front of the class, Pam Shriver. And earlier this week, yet another retirement ceremony. Remember, Martina Navratilova. And Gabriela Sabatini, who retired Monday night. She was the one who put Martina out. Mr. C, Bill Cosby on hand. Festive night. Steffi Graf and Monica Seles. And a great champion, quite popular.
Of course, she won 2 titles here at the Garden.
Finally broke that very long drought she had right here at the end of '94.
Beating Lindsay Davenport.
Yeah, and then she won the first term of '95 and kind of thought maybe she was going to get back into it, and everyone was going to get to see one of their favorite players, Sabatini, back in the winning circle. And I think she had just had enough, and at age 26, called it quits.
Well, if you're wondering why it took so much time to get the players back, they took one of their bathroom breaks. First, Martina Hingis raced out, and then Steffi Graf figured, well, what the heck? I might as well go, too.
Good as time as any, leading 5-love in the third set.
But we 3 stayed right here.
That's right. Sometimes you got to play hurt. Opening up with the double fault, her first of the match.
We don't have year-long stats on what you do after bathroom breaks, but that's probably not that unusual to come back and put in a bad point.
We'll keep you in charge of that stat, okay? The outright winner by Graf, 15-all. Too much knowledge. Steffi Graf changed her shirt during the potty break. And a 40-15 lead for Graf.
Double set points.
And Graf takes the third set at love to go up 2-1 in this best of 5.
And towards the end of that game in the set, Hingis was just saying, okay, let's get this nightmare of a third set out of the way. Love 6. Now she's ready to start serving. This is when we'll see how mature the 16-year-old is. Can she clean the slate and start all over in the fourth?
They've been playing for an hour and 34 minutes. A lot of court left open for Martina Hingis. She really needs a hold to start the fourth set.
Well, she needs a hold, period, because she has only held twice in the last 2 sets. She was able to win the second set despite only holding service twice.
Oh. Her third double fault. That second serve, only 69 miles an hour, but well placed. It did stay in, and Hingis able to hold serve to begin the fourth set. More of the Chase Championships when we come back.
The Chase Championships of the Corel WTA Tour. This ABC Sports exclusive brought to you by Chase. At Chase, the right relationship is everything. And Radio Shack. You've got questions, we've got answers.
Back live here at Madison Square Garden. The fourth set, Steffi Graf leading 2-1 against Martina Hingis, her first service game of the fourth set. A lot of deception there on that lob, and it looked like Hingis thought one of those shots was going out earlier.
That's right. Look at here, the Graf forehand close to the sideline, but it was a shot before that Hingis thought was maybe wide, but she maintained her composure.
Because she pulled up a little bit and then regathered herself.
Well, the side linesman or lines lady put her hands up to her face saying that she could not see the call. So Jane Harvey explaining there to Steffi Graf that she was unsighted. Therefore, the umpire had to make the call of fault and a double fault.
Beautiful shot there by the 16-year-old Hingis. 2 break points.
Showing off some excellent touch early on here that's been working for her. She loves this shot. She has such a good feel off that backhand side. We've seen her belt them down the line for winners, mix it up with a topspin lob. Double break point here.
And she does come through with the break. And it's Hingis going up 2-love in the fourth set. And let's show you what happened in this third set, which Steffi Graf won at love. 9 winners as compared to 4 for Hingis.
Only 3 unforced errors, Betsy, and no break points did Graf face in that third set, but she's already dropped her serve in the fourth. You know, thinking about Graf's match last year with Huber, Graf won the first set, lost the second, won the third, dropped the fourth, and as of right now, we are following a very similar pattern. Of course, when you only play one of these type matches a year, it's really hard to discuss patterns.
The crowd was trying to help everyone out, but the scoreboard is incorrect. It's saying 1-all in the fourth, when indeed it's Hingis leaving 2-love, and the crowd just thought maybe they didn't realize that. Help them out.
It's funny when we talked to Martina yesterday about playing, you know, best of 5 set match. She's never done that before. She says, oh, no, and played a couple of matches, sometimes 3 matches in the juniors. All I had to do then was go from court to court. She didn't seem bothered by a possibility of playing 5 tough sets out here today.
But Graf is bothering her here at the break point now.
Well, Steffi did a little motion there because she was not pleased with her backhand return. She just put it back into play in the middle of the court, and Hingis can step around and do what Graf likes to do, which is hit a big forehand. But look at her ready to move forward.
Good job again of mixing up the shots.
It's a big game for Hingis.
Yeah.
She held serve, then broke Graf for 2-love, has faced a break point in this game, and now has come back and now a game point for 3-love.
She has no nerves. She can't. She must not.
I think that time she saw Graf moving forward because she knows when Hingis gets a short ball, she's probably going to drop it short. She's done it a lot this match. Good.
Well, maybe she doesn't have nerves because she doesn't have time to get nerves. She plays so quickly between points. She really is one of the fastest players, and here you can see once again the forehand doing the damage down the line.
Graf also a fast player, and yes, Martina Hingis is able to hold, and she takes a 3-love lead in the 4th set.
Tonight, Superman faces the wildest villains ever, Drew Carey and Mimi. They're plotting an evil scheme only Drew and Mimi could pull off. It's the most outrageous hour of television you'll see this week. And all new Lois and Clark, ABC Tonight.
Wings Crystal Bernard in a world premiere movie.
I want to be the best.
How could a life so perfect feel so out of control?
She's bulimic? Why didn't you tell me?
Based on actual events.
I need help.
Dying to be perfect. ABC Tonight.
The inspiration for our new quadricoil suspension came during a recent visit to the Calgary Stampede. Jeep, there's only one, and right now you can lease a new Grand Cherokee for just $291 a month. See it at your California Jeep and Eagle dealers. Who else? Somehow, you always know a Jeep owner's home when you see one. Jeep, there's only one, and right now you can lease a new Grand Cherokee for just $291 a month. See it at your California Jeep and Eagle dealers. Who else?
Welcome to the Don Sherwood Golf and Tennis World Tour. Hey, this place has everything. We're talking all the hot new drivers, irons and putters, and a mountain of bags, plus shoes, and more shoes. And there's plenty for you tennis lovers, too. So remember, at Don Sherwood, it doesn't cost more to play your best. Don Sherwood Golf and Tennis World, Dublin, Walnut Creek, San Francisco, and Golf and Tennis Solution of Palo Alto.
Get your weekend forecast with Joel Bartlett tonight at 6 on Channel 7 News.
Back live here at Madison Square Garden. Steffi Graf opening the game with her 5th ace. She now leads 30-love. She's down love 3 in this 4th set. Loves that backhand, doesn't he?
Well, you never expect people to go off like that. It's almost like a baseball player that's late on a fastball, but she went with it beautifully and hit the winner in the corner.
Hingis just able to get a racket on the serve. I told you she loved the backhand. 16 winners on the backhand side compared to 5 for Graf.
4 games worth of backhand winners. Ace number 6 for Graf.
7 between the two of them. Remember, $250 each ace this weekend goes to Althea Gibson, who's having some health problems. The great Althea Gibson.
Now, a lead can disappear very quickly against Steffi Graf. It's only a one-break lead.
Another backhand winner.
What she does so well, Hingis, is off that backhand side, is that she moves forward. She cuts off any angle. Watch her step just inside the baseline to play it. That's just too good from Graf. She moves the ball so well around the court. Hingis just couldn't quite get behind it.
Now she'll maybe take a couple extra seconds to catch her win. That's the only time. Otherwise, she plays in about 7 or 8 seconds between points. You're allowed 20.
Steffi maybe takes 9. Not much more. Schoolgirl squeal, just too much. And now she faces 2 break points.
Graf trying to get the break back in this set. Of course, if you're going to lose your serve, lose your opening service game in a set, you have plenty of time to get the service break back. A good first serve that set up that point for Hingis. Fights off one of the break points. Now we'll see what kind of serve. Does she just spin it in and make sure she gets it in, or does she go for it again?
That one was a 90-mile-per-hour serve. Well, and rightly so. The crowd appreciates this point. Probably the best point of this match.
She was exhausted at the end of that. She nearly stumbled into the net. Look at that.
She's taking her time now. She's like, can I get 20 seconds? I really get 20 seconds?
Yeah, she's like, can the crowd please give me a little more ovation? Whew. Heart rate's up at 180. It's going down maybe to 170 right about now.
2 break points saved.
She did that on purpose. You know, when you're really winded, serve a let serve. It gives you an extra 10, 15 seconds.
Good strategy. Never thought of that.
Well, have you ever been winded, Robin, on the tennis court?
Oh, hardy, har, har.
Well, she went for it. She wanted the backhand on the line winner. We mentioned what a difficult shot that is, and if you're not behind the ball, it's such a tough shot to play. This one gets away from her just a little bit, skidded through. This court plays awfully quickly and just misses wide. So a third break opportunity in this game for Graf.
Hingis is definitely a little winded in this game. Oh, that's a gift.
Well, and she is so happy because, I mean, she has only had to work so hard the last few points, and to get a quick point, not only does she get back to deuce, but now she can recover a little bit better and be better prepared for a long rally in case it comes up.
And a fourth break point for Steffi Graf. The second ace for Martina Hingis.
Wow. What a time for it.
Back to deuce.
I think she sort of flexed her bicep muscle there. I'm not sure at 16 she has much of one, but great effort.
Misses there just. Steffi's going to take a second look.
Even Martina called it out, just in case.
Which I hate, and a lot of veterans hate on the tour when the young kids come on, left over from the junior days, they make the call.
Oh, come on, she's just caught up in the moment. Just caught up in the moment of what's going on.
Now from 4 break points down, she's got herself an ad here.
Oh, see that strategy again. The let, give herself a little extra time.
Another let. You know, there's some talk in tennis of all the rules that might change. Eliminating lets is one of the rules that is talked about as possibly changing in the future.
And Hingis able to hold off 4 break points. And she's up 4-1 here in the 4th set. Back with more of the Chase Championships of the Corel WTA Tour in a moment.
More and more people are discovering that Radio Shack has exactly what kids want for the holidays, including truckloads of RC cars. Whether you want digital proportional steering, 4-wheel drive, or turbo features, just ask the RC car experts at Radio Shack. How do they get to be such experts? They do their homework. Radio Shack. You've got questions, we've got answers.
When you set out to hatch something that's brand new, you gotta have all your ducks in a row. Oh, you've probably got a pretty good idea of how you think a luxury car handles, but you haven't set foot in this one yet. When you push, it performs, and when you lead, it follows. It's fast, it's fun, it's fiendishly flexible. Catera. A whole new ride from the luxury leader. It's the Caddy, the Zigs.
This year's Wimbledon Championship was the second Grand Slam final between Steffi Graf and Arantxa Sanchez Vicario this year. When it was over, Graf had won her 7th Wimbledon final, a 6-3, 7-5 straight sets victory, which also marks Steffi's 100th career singles title. As we said earlier, one of only 3 women in the modern era to have a 100 or more. Chris Evert and Martina Navratilova, the other 2.